Hello, welcome to this 10-minute morning yoga flow. We'll just start in a comfortable seated position at the back of your mat. Hands resting down on the knees and gently closing down the eyes. Maybe you still feel a little sleepy. Just seeing if you can actively draw your attention to your breath and just setting an intention for this practice and for the rest of your day. When you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open. Reaching the arms out to the sides all the way up to the sky, allowing the palms to interlace, pointing the first finger away, reaching up before leaning over to the left side, feeling that stretch all the way down the right side body. Drawing biceps to the ears and lengthening all the way back up to center. We'll just lean over to the right side, stretching down the left side body. Inhale, releasing back to center, releasing the hands, allowing them to float down to the sides. And walking the hands out in front of you, coming over to an all fours position. We'll drop the belly, lifting the gaze as we arch through the spine. And exhale, rounding through the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Continuing this flow of spinal movements. Just as you wake up the body. Continuing like this, or maybe finding some circles in the spine or any free movement that feels good to you. Feel free to close down the eyes, not caring how anything looks, and making sure to move round in an opposite circular direction if you've taken that variation. And returning to find a neutral spine, we'll tuck the toes, lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. And just begin to take some small steps all the way up to the top of the mat. The feet can come at hip distance apart and taking hold of opposite elbow, allowing the crown of the head to be heavy for your ragdoll. An optional rock from side to side. And taking a bend into the left knee as you plant the left fingertips down to the mat or the shin and reaching up with the right arm for a twist. Feeling a stretch down the right leg. Or just switch sides, bending into the right knee, straightening the left as the right hand places onto the shin or the mat, reaching up with the left arm, gazing up to the sky. And releasing the left hand back to center. Soft bend into the knees as you roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing, reaching the arms up to the sky. And exhale, seating the hands down to heart center in prayer. And just heel toe the feet together so the big toes touch, small gap between the heels. Or sweep the arms so the fingertips graze the mat as you sit back to find your chair pose, reaching the arms at the diagonal, biceps to the ears. And on your next exhale, coming to find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, one long spine. And exhale, fold, soft bend into the knees. And stepping back one foot then the other to your downward facing dog. Taking 2 deep breaths here to settle. And drawing the right knee in towards the chest as you plant the foot down between the hands, pivoting on the back foot so it's at 45 degrees and reaching the arms up to the sky. Warrior One. Taking one more inhale here. And as you exhale, allowing the right arm to fall back, left arm forwards as you gaze over to the right side for a twist. Releasing both hands down and reaching them back up to the sky for Warrior One. And then opening wide for your Warrior Two, maybe widening the stance in the legs. And we'll flip the palms, reaching them all the way up to the sky, straightening both legs. And flexing the front toes up to the sky, taking a hold of opposite elbow and gently just tipping back slightly for a variation of reverse triangle. As you release back to center, planting the front foot into the mat, passing through a warrior two and windmilling the hands down to the mat, stepping back to find your plank. Lowering the knees down to the mat, bending the elbows in towards you to lower the body down. And then inhale for our back bend for our cobra. And exhale, tucking the toes hips high, downward facing dog. And just begin to take some small steps all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft bend into the knees, reaching the arms, sitting back to your chair pose just for a moment, and standing all the way up, releasing hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale, sweeping the arms down to the mat, sitting back to your chair pose as you reach the biceps to the ears, arms away. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back to your downward facing dog, taking 2 deep breaths to settle. Inhale, drawing the left knee to the chest, planting the foot down between the hands, back foot at 45 degrees and reaching the arms up to the sky, Warrior One. A moment to pause. And then releasing the right arm forwards, left arm back for a twist in your Warrior One. Releasing the arms down as you reach the arms all the way back up to the sky, and opening wide for your Warrior Two. Flipping the palms, reaching all the way up to the sky as you straighten that front leg, flexing the left toes to the sky. Taking hold of opposite elbows, you gently tip back for a variation of reverse triangle. Releasing the front foot down to the mat, releasing the arms wide for Warrior Two. And windmilling the hands down one then the other, stepping back to find your plank. We'll take a vinyasa, lowering the body down through chaturanga. Inhale, knees lifted for up dog or your cobra. And exhale, just meeting in downward facing dog. And taking small steps all the way forwards to the top of the mat, bringing the hands to the shins, one long spine for halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Soft bend into the knees, we reach the arms forward to sit back for a chair pose. And coming all the way up to standing, releasing hands to heart center in prayer. And just placing the right hand on the lower belly and the left hand over the heart. Closing down the eyes for a moment and coming back to the intention that you set for yourself. And just take this moment to think of a way that you can implement this intention into your day. Thank you for joining me on your mat here this morning. Namaste.